Summer I Turned Pretty has issued a strict warning to its fandom ahead of the highly anticipated Season 3 premiere, which begins today, July 16, 2025. In India, given the time difference, it's already Wednesday. This warning comes after previous seasons saw intense ship wars and sometimes toxic behavior among fans, particularly concerning the love triangle between Belly, Conrad, and Jeremiah. Here's a breakdown of the key points. Zero-tolerance policy. The show's official social media channels announced a zero-tolerance policy for bullying and hate speech. They emphasized that, quote, "Cousins is our safe place. Everything good, everything magical. Let's keep the conversation kind this summer." Community guidelines. Specific guidelines were laid out, prohibiting hate speech or bullying, targeting cast or crew members, harassing or doxing members of the community. Consequences. Any user who violates these rules will be banned from the show's social media platforms. Actor's perspective. Lola Tung, who plays Belly, has previously spoken about the intensity of the fandom, stating, "When people have an attachment to the characters, they want to see it come together at the end. I'm so grateful that they care so much, but people get a little scary about it. Please don't threaten to kill someone if something doesn't go your way. I promise you, it's not that serious." Reason for the warning. The show's central love triangle has historically led to passionate, sometimes aggressive, debates among fans online, with Team Conrad and Team Jeremiah often engaging in heated arguments. The warning is a clear effort to preemptively address and curb this behavior as the final season unfolds and the resolution to the love triangle approaches. The third and final season of The Summer I Turned Pretty will premiere with its first 2 episodes today, July 16th, on Amazon Prime Video, followed by weekly episodes until the finale on September 17th. You're referring to the recently released US inflation data for June 2025. Here's a summary of the key points. Acceleration in June. The US annual inflation rate, as measured by the Consumer Price Index, CPI, accelerated to 2.7% in June 2025. This marks the highest level since February 2025 and reverses several months of cooling inflation. Monthly increase. On a monthly basis, consumer prices rose 0.3% from May to June 2025, following a 0.1% rise the previous month. Key drivers. Rising costs for gasoline, food, and groceries were significant contributors to this increase. Core inflation rises. Core inflation, which excludes the more volatile food and energy categories, also increased, rising 2.9% in June from a year earlier, up from 2.8% in May. On a monthly basis, core prices increased by 0.2%. Impact of tariffs. Economists and analysts are noting that President Trump's tariffs are starting to have a more noticeable effect on consumer prices. While the precise timing and extent are uncertain, these tariffs are expected to continue pushing up prices for various imported goods. Federal Reserve implications. This uptick in inflation is likely to make the Federal Reserve more hesitant to cut interest rates, despite calls for such cuts. Policymakers have expressed concerns that tariffs could have more persistent effects on inflation and lead to more restrictive monetary policy. This data indicates a renewed upward pressure on prices, posing challenges for consumers and potentially influencing future monetary policy decisions.